Today I'd like to show you how simple it is to create a brainstorm and then take the data from that brainstorm and transfer it to a different tool. So we're going to be working with brainstorm today, and then we're going to transfer that data to a check vote. This is one of the most common switches you'll make, because a lot of times you'll get a lot of information in the brainstorm, and then you want to winnow that down through a discussion to a list that then can be prioritized. So let's take a look how to do that. So I already have set up a brainstorm, and I'm just going to click it right now. And this opens up the brainstorm. And let's say I was teaching at a facilitation training, and I was talking to facilitators about what are the things that really vex them, what gets in the way. So he said, you've sat through unproductive meetings. When you get a large group of people together in a meeting, what are some of the difficult issues that you run into? Nice thing to think about. So I send that out to the group. They brainstorm, and I'll click on the GroupMind and I'll show you what we got. So in the GroupMind, we got this list. We got unresolved issues, posturing and power struggles, important people don't show up, interruptions, and so forth. You can see all these things. Now, what I want to do is I want to take this down and says, well, of these, which are the ones that really vex you, that really get in your way, and rank them. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here, and look, you could even do this in the moment. You could create a new tool with this data. So I'm going to do that. And what's the tool I want? I'm going to pick check vote. So I'm going to go, these are all the other tools that you could use. The only one that would make sense may be top rank, but since I have about 15 items, I'm going to choose check vote. I only use top rank for when I have 10 or less. It's just that it's a little bit easier to use it that way. So I'm going to go with check vote. Click on check vote, and I'll transfer the data. Now this is the data that was in the brainstorm already. Watch what happens. It goes into the tool, and we have a check vote tool up here with an untitled thing. So first thing I'll do is, I already had done this before, so I'll write in practice check vote, and GroupMind remembers that I did that before, so it puts it in for me. And then I'm gonna say I want a single response, yes. After contribute, I'd like to show the GroupMind checks. 3 checks. That would be on any item. If you wanted to weight this, you could have 3 checks, and the maximum number of checks would be 12. Well, I'm going to change that to 8. The reason I'm doing that is because I have a little formula that I follow, which is the number of items that have been generated. I divide that by 2 and add 1. So I had 15 items. 7 plus 1 is 8. I give 8 checks total. And then to weight those checks, I can put 3 checks on any one item. Over the time, as you get used to it, you'll fool around with these two things, but that's just simply how easy it is to do. And then I'm going to move down. Here's all my issues. You can see they're already in there. And I'm just going to click submit. And now it's in there. Now all I need is a little bit of instructions to go up front. Well, before making this video, I made some instructions, and this is a good thing to do. Make a little library of instructions that go with each of the different tools. And what I've done, I put mine in this little note-taking application called Bear. So I can click on Bear, I can go in, click Power A, get everything, Power C, copy it, and then go right back into Edit here. Click on my Edit. It'll come up. I'll just click in the dialog box in the box here, and I'll put in my instructions. So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to move this all the way up. And I don't think I want check vote there either, so I'm just going to take that out as well. Now, I think what I'll do is I'll make this about 20 point size. And see what we have. 20 point. There we go. And let's check and see how that looks like. So we'll do a quick check. Submit. And there we are. We have a practice check vote. Given the list we generated, please rank the items in terms of difficulty. We will be using this check vote tool to do this. Please place a check or checks on the items that you find most difficult to deal with in the moment as a facilitator. You can weight your vote by adding checks to any item. You will have additionally you'll have 8 checks to distribute over the items. You can have up to 3 checks on any one item. When you have completed your work, click the submit button. Looks good to me. So let's just give it a test. And let's say, well, what do I hate most, I think? I don't like this unresolved conflicts. Tangential topics. One of them. So let's say people who stayed quiet. I've got to remember keep inviting them in. Digging up old history and not enough humor. Overextended discussions. So now I've got 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I got 2 more, huh? Yeah, that would be a good one. Important people don't show up and unresolved issues. So here it is, 8 of 8 votes used. Let me submit. And there's our votes. Looks like everything works, and we got ourselves a check vote. And if you look back, go back into the practice folder, you'll see that what it did is it put brainstorm is still there, and then we have the check vote. So it's still in our folder. So if we go to brainstorm unproductive meetings, it's there. Here's our GroupMind. Go to GroupMind, and we can see everything there. And then we can also go back to the practice folder and the check vote and see the different results that have come in. Then these are my checks. So if we had a group, there'd be a whole bunch of other checks in there as well. If you want to see the GroupMind, what it's going to do is it's going to go by the number of checks, and that'll be your priority. So a number of didn't get any, and that's usual, and some of them got really weighted. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that and look forward to working with you on another video.